Okay, into the crypts. Clarity of Valor. With all the evil unleashed in this world, joining with the Bloodsworn made so much sense at the time. At first it was to escape the horrors unleashed by the Ethereals, the death of my family, my wife, my son, but later I started to understand and believe the words of the cult. The words the cult leaders were telling me. A sense of belonging made me feel important, that I was part of something greater than myself. Now that I stand in the halls of this mighty place, I feel the eyes of all those that gave up their lives, the leaders, the great heroes, and the countless thousands who followed them. They fought so that we could live without fear of the nameless fiends which I now serve. I can feel the honor and sacrifice of my ancestors, and I am ashamed. Ashamed because of the terrors that I have left in my path. For months I have done the most violent, unspeakable things. The deaths of husbands, wives, and children are on my bloody hands for no other reason than to serve my own selfishness, to wash me clean of my own fears and the devastating loss that drove me to this madness. Death and murder, all in the name of some long-dead god who has no more right to the blood in my veins than I do, blood that belongs to those who I've killed in its name. The blood-soaked foundation of this forgotten battleground have peeled away the fear and awoken me. There is no forgiveness for what I've done, no punishment that will ever make it right. But I can give my last breath, my last drop of blood, and my last and at last my life to cause as much damage as I can. I do not stand alone. The great heroes who stand with me I do not fear. Okay. The door has opened. Something has changed. Something in the air feels different. It feels like being inside of a bottle when the cork was popped. All the pressure released and my soul pulled from my body to the opening in an explosive release. My mind reels and I find it hard to stay on my feet. I can feel it. Deep beneath the ground, they have finally completed the final rites and the door is opened. The blood surges inside of me, pushing, pulling, drawing me closer. I must go. I must see the Great Awakened if I am chosen. I am ready. I am ready to be whole once more, to be with Chthon. I don't like this. That right there is not good. I'm pretty much going to assume that's talking about undoing the seal on the boss. That's an ugly fucker. An Ogre. This thing reminds me of the final boss from Borderlands 1, by the way.
I can't carry anymore. You've returned. Is it finished then?
You've returned. Is it finished then? Yeah, I killed the thing, but Ogrim kinda got sucked away. We're gonna go save him before the game's over, right?
So, our great moment of triumph is soured with tragedy. The cult's defeat at the Necropolis marks humanity's first major victory in this conflict, proving that we are not going
And
to
so,
simply lie down.
our great
and let
moment of
ourselves
triumph
be
is
wiped
soured
out
with
by
tragedy.
fiends and
The
spirits.
cult's defeat at the Necropolis marks humanity's first major victory in this conflict, proving we are not simply going to lie down and let ourselves be wiped out by fiends and spirits. Word of this victory will spread and give hope that someday this nightmare will be truly over. Yet we cannot.
Arms in the defense of Erelon, a nation that
Great men and women of the Black Legion who took up arms in defense of Aurelian and nation scorned them as criminals and outcasts and traitors. In death, they were none of those things. They died as heroes. But I refuse to count Ogrim among the dead yet.
Celebrate a bit
It's a shame that's only one-handed. So is that it then? Is that the final boss? I guess so. Well, I guess that's it for this game. Until the expansion comes out, I hear they're working on one. And it has Necromancer class, though. We're going to be respecing when that comes out. So, until next week, I suppose. Next week, I guess we're going to be doing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. An action game, which looks like it's pretty fun. I was always an old school Dragon Ball fan, so. Well, until next week, everybody have a good night. And if you missed any part of this, you can see the whole Let's Play on YouTube.